Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host Eben, and today we're going to be doing a radiator coolant change on this beautiful burgundy red Ford product. And I have a joke for you guys. You know, they say Ford already comes from the factory with the problem already circled. Yep, it's the badge, you know, the Ford badge. But it's a 2004 Ford Expedition. This is a good friend's car. I drive it all the time. And well, we're doing our low toxicity, biodegradable coolant. And what this is this is good for 5 years, 150,000 miles. And it's also biodegradable, so it won't hurt pets, low toxicity. And you mix your own percentage, which is great. And you can mix it with all other coolant types. So even if you add this or mix it with another coolant, not gonna hurt the engine at all. And it also has additives that protects the aluminum. First thing we do is we go ahead and just drain her down. You say, well, how do you do that? Well, you go to the right side of the front of the car, right here, right in here, and you'll see the little teeny petcock right there. Super easy to get to, and you just start to twist it, and you'll see it start to shoot right at the camera. Just like so. Turns pretty easy. And there she goes. That's some pretty dirty coolant there. And now I'm going to open that all the way up so it comes out fast, and we'll let her drain down. Now we're going to go ahead and dump a little distilled water through the system, help flush out the radiator a little more and some of the hoses. This thing really got caked up. I don't think it's ever been flushed on it since 2004, since it was brand new, so this is the first time. So I'm going to put about a half gallon through and just go ahead and just start putting her in. And you'll hear it start flowing again. There it goes. It's flowing. And I'll show you what comes out here. So this is what came out. That's what it looks like. And now that's what's coming out now. So it's still pretty bad. So preferably, I'm gonna go ahead and run a little more coolant through, and then it'll be time to go ahead and feel her up with fresh coolant. All right, it's that time to go ahead and feel her up. We're putting in our low toxicity biodegradable coolant. Good thing is it doesn't taste sweet to animals. They won't be licking it up, and it won't hurt or kill a dog or cat, which is good. Also, this is good for 1 year, 5 years, 150,000 miles, and then you mix your own ratio. We're gonna run about 30% coolant, or actually I take this up cold sometimes. We're gonna run it 50-50, and then you're protected down to about negative 30 degrees below zero. And then it's compatible with all these different makes and models. So any coolant this is compatible with, you can mix it. And it's really, really good because it actually allows your engine to run smoother. And I've done probably about 20 different coolant changes on the channel, and you'll notice a little bit better gas mileage with this. You'll notice a smoother operation. You'll also notice a lot better cooling, and then it'll warm up a lot faster because of the additive we're going to put in. We're going to be putting in the Dominator Coolant Boost, and the Dominator is really good because what it does is it actually allows your engine to warm up 54% faster. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in now. So we got our gallon of coolant in. Now the Dominator is a proprietary dual surfactant technology, and it gets you up to 25 degrees cooler, and then it allows your engine, like I said, to warm up 54% faster. And it has a higher heat transfer through the aluminum because it allows the molecules to get closer to the aluminum, and it allows it to pull all that heat away. And you'll notice if you live somewhere very cold, your radiator, your actual heater core will warm up faster, and your car will be warmer longer faster. And I have a video on a Honda where it doubled the time the way it warmed up. I'm going to go ahead and put a whole bottle in. This is a good size system. I think the total fills about 22 quarts, but I think we only got about 13 out. So there's always about 3 or 4 left in the system, maybe 5 on this, the way the engine block is. So you can never get it all out, and don't worry about it. You know, if you want to, you can drain and fill it like 3 times with distilled water to get it perfect. I don't really worry about it. I always flush the radiator, make sure all the junk's out, and then I always go ahead and just fill it up. So it leaves a few quarts in that's old, but that won't hurt this coolant and it won't hurt anything. But you know, if you're really into flushing it perfectly, you want to flush it 3 times. But you have to fill it, open the petcock, drain it, fill it, drain it, and then do the final coolant and distilled water. And that takes like hours, you know, 3-4 hours. So if you want to do that, you can. For me, I've never had any problems doing it this way, and the system always runs a lot smoother, better. All right now we're 50-50, and now we're just going to keep filling her up with more distilled water and coolant until she's all the way full. We're going to start her up and burp the system. So now what you want to do is come here and squeeze the hoses. And the other thing you can do is you can turn the heater on, and that way it'll start to suck the water through the heater core. I'm going to turn it on. Great, we're all wrapped up on this beautiful 2004 Ford Expedition. This is the 5.4 liter V8, and it only took about 10.5 quarts. So I don't know what the initial fill of 22 quarts, that doesn't sound right, but maybe it's a big system because of the heater core and stuff like that. So what I would recommend, if you did this and it hasn't been done in a long time, I recommend you come back and actually do it again in about 10,000 miles, because I actually looked at the coolant and it looks pretty rough already. So I think what I'm going to do is just come back and do another flush and coolant change on it in 10,000, and that'll really help get all that crap out of there, because this has like 100,000 miles on it. I don't think it's ever been changed before. So that's just if you want to do a little extra due diligence. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. And then I'm going to be doing a motor oil change on this soon. So definitely check out that playlist on this 2004 Expedition. And that pretty much sums it up. We will see you back next time on Synthetic Oil Protection. Cheers to protection, protection, protection.